for tonight, our last item, we create the beam. Okay, creating a beam. Beam are usually horizontal elements supported by structural column and structural wall. For the beam to support, we normally support with the structural column or we using the structural wall. In the Revit, right, with this one, beam is known as the structural framing. So when you go and find the beam in the family, you cannot see. You have to find the structural framing. So inside the Revit, beam is known as the structural framing. So the first thing we are going to how to place the beam, then how to choose the beam type, then we can load the family. Beam is like a same as like a column. If you cannot find the type, you need to load. Beam and column is the same. Then you can duplicate, meaning that you can duplicate the beam side. Then okay, so we are start the beam. I will go to the structure, and then I have the beam here. I will go to the C, and now I will, let's say I choose the 400 800 beam and go and drew. So when you create the beam, right, you have to start from the center of the column, then I will put in here. Then I cannot see. So the none of the created element are visible in structure level 1 view. You want to check the activity. This one because of just now we say during. Because beam when you create the beam, right, beam auto understand the top level of beam is reflect with our existing level. This is software and it's auto understanding. When you create the beam, right, the top of the beam is, when you draw in level 1, the top of the beam is flat with the level 1. When you draw in level 2, they flat with the level 2. So you have to adjust the view range in here to able to see the beam here. Okay, so I select the beam and say the CS again and show in here, in here, in here. Then I put the center. Then this beam, another beam I will just create, but I don't put in the center. I will just put each of the beam. I will show what is the difference between these two. This one I just put the each of the. But when you see in the plan, it look like this one are correct. This one I stop at the each of the beam. This one I stop center of the beam. Okay. This one is how we place the thing. Then we go and see in the 3D what is the difference. This one I draw in level. So level 1, I just simply select all this item. And I will move to the level 2 because the start level, I will do start level offset. Okay. Actually, all my one are under level 1. I need to create from the level 2, so to on top of. So it's okay. I will just put the offset value of my column. By right, we should this one we draw in top of the beam. Okay, I think I better move. I go to the level 2. Okay, then we will on and see analytical model. You see all this analytical model of this beam are they connect in here. But you go and see for this beam. On top of the beam, oh, this one also come and join already. Oh, okay. Understood. Oh, in 2017 I didn't note it. In 2017 when you stop in here also this analytic join already. In previous version 2015 is not joining like this. Now in 2017 they join already this one. Even you stop, even you draw in center or in you stop here, this analytic join already. So mean that no different already. You can just draw whatever you prefer. The thing. Now this one also joining. Yeah, I didn't note it about this. Bottom is because our column is not go down. Yeah. Okay, so this one is mean no different already. So this one is how we place the beam. This one very simple to place the beam. Then we can go and put the offset value of the beam. Instead, for the beam, right, the offset value of the beam we have to put the start and end. That minus 50, and then this one the one side is dropped already, but the other side I haven't dropped. Minus 50, I need to drop both sides. Then the both side will be dropped like that. So one is start, one is the first clip you place the start point and the second point is the end point. So sometimes your beam is sometimes you are slanted, but the slope, if your beam have the slope, then you can adjust using this value also. Okay, this one is how we place the beam. Then to duplicate the beam also same thing like a column. You select this one, you go to the edit type. Now we have the base is 800, height is, you can select the base is 400, height is 800. Then I go to duplicate and just say I want 1 meter 500. This one is the name. This one I change the name. Then I change the value here. 500 1 meter beam. So my beam are just change to 5 meter and then simply I can just go and change all this beam type to 500 1 meter. Then I can duplicate the thing like this. Okay, so for the beam, let's say you don't have the beam type, what you need to do, you go to the log family. You go to the log family, you find in here. If you find in the family, right, you cannot see structure beam. You have to choose the structure framing inside the family. Structure framing, you have the concrete, steel, wood in here, concrete. Then the steel, you can choose from here whatever thing we have. We can choose steel pipe. Something like this. Okay, this one is similar like a column. Now let's say this beam, right, we attach to level 2. So if I move up to the level 2 now is 700, right, and change to the 9 meter, then this beam is follow this level. This beam follow the level. So mostly we when you create the column, beam, floor, you better attach to the level. So difficult to easy to control the thing. The column and wall is unique. You have the base level, top level, but for the beam you only have the reference level, only one level. When you create the beam, the top level of the beam is automatically flat with the level you are creating. This one protrudes downward.
So you cannot change the reference level after you create.
You can change. To change, you need one more step. You have to put the offset value first to change the level. You see, then you can change already here. When you change the offset value, right, this one available already. You can go and change to go tab level. Then this one will go to 0, 0. Then we'll go to tab level like this, something like this. But we no need to change like this. What we can do is we just need to copy. We have the easy way to copy. Easy how to copy F. To do in model, right? Let's say you have the typical story, 20 story. If you create after you create the one story, right? if you copy for the 20-story in 10 minutes, you can finish the thing. Yeah, this one, not seriously, not joking. After you create the typical story, right? Let's say you have the 20-story, you can just create. This one I mean based on your PC capacity. Yeah? Because sometimes loading. If your capacity strong enough, in 10 minutes you can finish 20 stories. So now the beam, we have the, for the beam, we have the how to create the beam, then how to duplicate the beam, how to adjust the beam family. We can, if we don't have the beam type, what we can do, we can load. Let's say for the beam type, sometimes for the beam we have the beam drop, but in their default family they don't have the beam drop. We need to create our own family. Sometimes you have your beam, you maybe have like a special type of beam. Sometimes for this one we need to know how to create own family. Yeah. In their typical, they only have the rectangular beam. Let's say for the beam drop they don't have. So this one we need to create our own. Like for your structure, you may have sometime the beam is some shape, I don't know, maybe a shape or something. I saw some this. So for this one you need to create family. You need to know. If not, you have a limitation. You don't know. You know you have idea, but you are stopped somewhere. So if we can create family, you can create all the beam type already. After that, the site we can change. Okay, so any question for beam? For beam system, beam system is, we can say, let's say we have a lot of beam like this in between of the beam, like we sometimes have the trellis, sometimes a lot of things we have. So if we need to draw one by one of the beam, we will take a lot of time. So beam system is you either to create in the one time all the beam, something like this. Okay, so we're going to create in beam system. I want to go to the plan view here. So to create the beam system, it look like a stack wall. You need to have your beam site. To have the beam site, you need to go and create from the beam like this. You need to duplicate your beam. What beam site you want, you need to come and you need to duplicate what site you want. Let's say for this one, right? I want to duplicate again. For this one is I want just say 400 square beam. Then I need to create the beam site first. After create, I need to go the beam system in here. Under the structure, I will go the beam system. After beam system, right, you have the two methods to draw the beam system here. You have the automated beam system and sketch beam system. To use the automated, right, after I choose automated, my mouse, when I come here, it will show me cross. I cannot draw there. I cannot create the beam system. Then I will approach to the in middle of our this supporting, I can create already. So mean that if you want to use automated beam system, you must have your support. You must have support. Mean that for this one, you must have all the surrounding of the beam. Something. If I approach to here, my beam are appear in horizontal. If I approach this side, vertical. Then I just click here. All the beam will be appear here. Okay, so I will show you again. To do the beam system, the first thing you need to create the beam type. What type of beam you want to place in between of this one. So I choose the beam system. In the beam system, I have the draw option, two options, automated and sketch. To use the automated, you must already create all this surrounding support for this beam system. Then I will place the beam system, and then I have the in here justification also. You want to start from the center, or you want to start from the beginning, from the end, or how you want to start. And then for the layout rule, right, you have the fixed distance or fixed number. If you say the fixed distance, you need to put the distance value. Let's say you want to base on the number, you can base on the number value here. You can choose from here. You want the maximum spacing, you can choose. But you say you want the clear spacing, you can choose the clear spacing from here. Let's say I choose the number. I choose the number 6. I say I will just put here 6 item. So my 6 item appear here. Let's say in here I have the 6 item equally will be here. Now after 6 item, I see that I want to change back to 10 items. So what I can do, I select this one. I select this one. Then I can go and change infix number to 10 number in property, and then auto I can get the 10 item already here. After that, let's say I don't want the 10 item, I just want the 8 item, I can just change the 8 item from here. Let's say fixed number, I want the fixed distance, fixed spacing, this one also I still can change from here also. Okay. So during your this BIM system, you can change the fixed number, how many number you want, everything you still can change from here. You just change the thing here. Okay, this one during you are creating, you need to do a, let's say I'm called the BIM system. If you approach to this side, you get horizontal. If you approach to this side, you get the vertical. You need to, which side you approach like this. Okay, during your BIM system, you can change the number, but after you get your idea, you get everything already, right? You better remove the BIM system. Because of why? You cannot control. Let's say I want to control only this beam. I go here, I cannot control already. All this individual parameter I cannot control already. So what I need to do after this one finish, I'm designer. What I want the design I get already. I go to remove. You better remove beam system, and then all this beam are become individual already. Then you can control one by one. So the first time until you get your design, you just leave it in BIM system. You adjust the thing. After you get right, you better remove the BIM system. If not, you cannot control one by one.
So to remove, you just leave it here.
And to remove the thing, right? You select the BIM system. You remove the BIM system here. Yeah. Okay, the other thing, the good thing in BIM system is why my one go down? Okay, the good thing in here, let's say I move my support. From my support, I drew up support, right? This BIM system follow accordingly like this. When I adjust my supporting, all this BIM system follow my. Let's say I grab the support, everything they follow my support, this BIM system. See, if I drop my support, all the basic BIM system will follow my supporting, what I support. You can move your column also. If you move the column, this one will follow something like this.
Once you remove the beam system, you cannot get it back into beam system.
You cannot. Yeah. This one cannot. So you must, if you are not sure yet your design, you just leave it first. Yeah. After you confirm everything, all design okay, you just remove the BIM system.
Associate from the beam. This is the
Sorry?
How do you disassociate from beam system?
You select your BIM system. You select your BIM system, then you go to remove BIM system.
Beam system, okay.
Yeah, it become individual already.
Because when I press OK already, then it just becomes individual.
Yeah, become individual.
Yeah, well, we don't need to remove the beam system.
No, I think you still need, because when you select this one, right, it become individual, but you go and see in property, you cannot edit.
Oh, so means that if I want to delete this piece, I cannot delete. I cannot delete as a group now.
Yeah, because now they have become the pin. But if you want to force to delete, right, you can unpin here. You can unpin and you can delete. Yeah. but you cannot control individual beam.
How to select the group reference? Because just now I
Hmm?
I use the tab key.
Yeah, this one also can. You can use the tab key.
How to select like
I just approve lah. I'm just approve center of the beam. Then you on your visibility. You change here. Detail. You change to detail 5. Then you approve to center of the beam. Move your mouse. Or you cannot. Maybe you move. I see this side. Something else. Okay, this one is we have the supporting. In some case, right? Oh, okay. Okay, in some case we don't have we don't want to base on our supporting. What we can do, we go to the beam system, we choose the sketch beam, then you see this one same thing, you are under the sketch mode already. To come out from here, you only need you have the two way, you either you can say or you finish. So now I don't need all the supporting. I can just freehand draw something like this, the beam system. And then what my beam direction? Now my beam direction will go like this. I want the beam direction to be going like this. Okay, I don't want my beam system, my beam direction, I want to go like this. So what I can do, I choose beam direction and choose here and just say this is my beam direction. Then I just go here, or my beam will appear like this. After, let's say I go beam system, sketch mode again, and choose this one. This one go and choose the beam direction. Where I want to go my beam direction. I want my beam direction to go like this. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Okay, this one is we no need supporting. We can just draw freehand. But to use the beam system, the first thing to get the type you want, you need to create what type you want from the beam. Then you can use the beam system. Like a stack wall. If you want to stack all your wall, you need to create the type of wall first. Then you can stack. This one also same thing. You need to create the beam type. You can use the beam system. You have the two methods. You are either supporting or without supporting. This one, we have the beam system. Then you can easily edit. After you edit, you want to control individual, you just remove the beam system. In here, you still can change. If you want to control the clearance also, you can just change the clearance spacing. Then you can just put 200. And based on the spacing, they will adjust accordingly. This one is quite tight already. Then I can just so in between of the beam is 1 meter, something like this. Okay, so